So my name is Nate Erskine-Smith. I'm the MP for Beaches East York. You mentioned the need for inclusive growth. There was a report, Mendelsohn and John Shell, they've got Social Capital Partners, that had a report recently called Billionaire Blind Spot. And they say if StatsCan was counting correctly, the way, as robustly, I would say, as the US does, that we would find that the 1% has 26% of the wealth in Canada and the 0.1% has 12.6% of the wealth in Canada. So when we talk about inclusive growth, and fairness is one question, but how are we going to have the competitiveness and the productivity that you want to see with that level of concentration of wealth?
Yeah, well, it's bang on question. First is, I'd make a couple of points in and around it. One is, we want as much of that capital put to work and put to work in Canada. So we got to create the conditions in order for that to be the case. And when it's put to work and put to work well, we got to celebrate it. We got to celebrate success, right? You got to nurture it and celebrate success, first thing. Secondly, though, with great wealth, power comes great responsibility. And part of our culture, and there's many examples of this in the country. We could use more examples of this, but part of our culture has to be giving back, building in Canada. You know, it starts with people, starts with educating people, it starts with seeding people's businesses, it includes philanthropy and supporting our institutions. It's all of those aspects, right? And just understanding that we all need to lift up. But I think the sole, not that there's a sole focus, but a focus on redistribution will ultimately, a sole focus on that will undercut itself. And I'll make one other point, which is, you know, one of the lessons I've learned over time is you see clearest an economy, a society, when you see it from the periphery, if I can use that term. So the economy looks very different if you're unemployed. You know, in some cases, the law enforcement looks very different depending on who you are. The health system looks different, again, depending on access. And understanding that, regardless of the privileges you have or the position you've achieved in society, is crucial to recognizing the need to build that social capital and playing a full role.
And making sure no one's left behind.
And making sure, yes, part and parcel.